Okay, so now we're going to learn how to cast on using the knitted cast on in the style of Continental, which means that we're going to hold our yarn in our left hand as opposed to our right. We're going to start with a slip stitch. So you make your loop, you'll pull your yarn through, and making a nice loose slip knot. Now in our left hand, I want you to make sure that that tail is down, and with your working yarn, this is called the working yarn, I'm going to hold my yarn. You do not want to hold it just with 2 fingers. You won't get the tension and your stitches will be very uneven and you will not be happy with it. What you want to do, you're going to find your best way of holding the yarn, but to start out, I want you to wrap it around your little finger, go underneath the 3 fingers and up on your index finger. This index finger is what's going to guide your yarn. And you want it to be able to be loose. Okay, you want the yarn to slide loosely. You don't want to grab hold of this tight. Okay, you don't want that. You want it to just glide. You're giving it a guide. Okay, sometimes I hold it this way. Sometimes I hold it this way. So whatever works for you. So I've got my slip knot, it's loose. Now I'm going to have my tail hanging down because I do not want to use this, but I'm going to use the yarn in my left hand. I'm going to go from left to right. I'm going to go in the stitch. I'm just going to bring that yarn around and use my right index finger to kind of hold that yarn, bring it through the loop and around the end of the needle. I have my first stitch on. This is a slip stitch. This is your first stitch. You're done. See how easy that is? Go left to right. You're going to pick that yarn from the back, pull it through, and go over the end. You want to make sure that this yarn is loose. You don't want it real snug and tight, because that way you won't like the result. And it'll be very hard to knit. You want to hold all this very loosely in your hands. So left to right, pick that yarn. Going to use your right index finger and then over the end of the needle. We're going to cast on 24 stitches. So go in, grab that yarn, pull it through and over. I'm going to check periodically to make sure that my stitches are loose. And also, if I get a big glob of yarn here, I want to smooth that out so I can easily move my yarn through my fingers. So this is a very easy, like not tight, you're relaxed while you're doing this. Go in, loop it over. Go in, pick that yarn through that loop and over the end. We're going to do this 24 times. There'll be projects that need like 100 and some stitches or 300 stitches to begin with, and we'll learn another cast on when you have large amounts. But for this, I want you to do it this way, because when we do this, we're really close to doing the complete knit stitch. So this is a good way to get in the muscle memory of it. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's getting globby on me, so I gotta stretch that out. I also lost track of my counting. So let's see where we're at. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 23. One more stitch. 24. Okay, those stitches will slide easily back and forth, and that's what we want. So now let's actually knit these stitches.